On the build with this new NeutronRC flight controller that came out not long ago, the AM32 chip. So really cheap, actually, really affordable type of unit here. AOI board. This is a 35 amp. And yeah, so we're going to set this all up on this new, this build that I've had before. This is the Smolyeet 35. So this is a 3.5-inch drone. Carries a little run cam thumb on it. That's the current that's the current action camera that I have on it. So yeah, this thing was built before. So now I'm gonna have to take it apart. I've already taken out the old AOI board out of it and the VTX out of it. And this is the TBS. This is the Unify 5G8. So it's a smaller board, analog for this tinier type of build. And yeah, so I'll be running the Pacers 1804s. These KV ones, I forget what these KV are, to be honest. It's been a minute. Let me look real quick here. 3400 KV. So these are a 4S motor. And they're pretty badass because they're slammed. They're really nice size for the build, keeping it lightweight and keeping it, again, slammed build with the smaller standoffs on it that you can get in the package. And all courtesy of Rotor Village. So if you guys love Rotor Village, there is an affiliate link down below, as well as some other awesome affiliate links and other cool links to check out. So yeah, today we're just going to start on taking this apart and soldering up this board into the build itself. And maybe if we have time today, I'll run through doing the firmware and actual setting up with the programming and everything, because it is a little bit different than the regular beta flight kind of setup. So we'll have to go through it like that and see how it goes. But yeah, hope you guys are having an awesome Sunday. Let me throw on a little bit of background music here while we hang out. Appreciate everyone who's come by and said hello. Let's see here. We had Blizzard and Mr. Crowley and Technic in here earlier. Hope you guys are still around. If not, hope you guys are having a great day and going out flying. Today it's been pretty much piss and rain all day, so not going to be any flying today. But yesterday I did go for a nice good rip and did a 4x4 trip with some friends. It was pretty awesome. I'll be working on a video this week from all that footage. And we are live on Twitch as well as YouTube. So if you guys have any interest in Twitch, you can go over there and check that out. A little bit better quality, video quality, they say, and latency. A nice little Rotor Village battery strap here. You can get various sizes if you need any battery straps whatsoever. I got lots of Rotor Village ones I can pass along. So I've got all the wiring still here from the last time. We got all the motor wires, boom. Okay, I separate the camera wires. Let's take this camera right off here. I printed these mounts pretty stiff, so they're pretty hard to move out of the way. Let me just unplug this wire. And then I've got this. Disconnect this for a minute. So I printed my own little mount for my RX. Little design here so that basically this receiver doesn't hit the carbon even though it's shrink wrapped. Just gives it a little bit more protection. Let's take that out. Alright, so that's going to have to sit off to the side actually, because I don't want to take this wire out of here and disassemble this. I don't think it's going to fit through. Maybe it will. Yes, it does. Nice. There's a nice big hole in the bottom there for things to slide in and out, like this tiny little RX unit. So we'll save that. The VTX and the RX, we'll do those last. And same with the camera. We'll just get these motors all wired up. Let's just spin those out of the way. Now we're going to have to figure out one of the hardest parts sometimes on these type of builds is getting the mounting the way you want it to sit. We got these little red gummies here. Yo, Fun Provolt, what's up? Blizzard, I don't have the drop game set up on there because I don't have that one set up anymore. I have to reprogram the drop game on Twitch. And these gummies, I don't know, everyone's got little different ways to do it. But I like to pop the edge in there first. And then kind of use tweezers to kind of pry it open. But these tweezers are a bit too sharp. I like a little more blunt tweezers so they don't rip gummies apart. And just kind of lightly just pull at it. And then you can get it up pretty quick. Got sipping and ripping planned for tonight. Nice. Sipping and ripping. All right. Second little gummy. See if I can get that popped in there. There it is. Yeah, it's my least favorite part is putting these gummies in. There we go. Not too bad. It's 2 out of 4. This one in. This one's going to be a little bit more of a struggle to try and push it through with the tweezers a bit more to get a little bit more grip at it. Oh, this one's tight. Technique. Good to see you, man. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. This is kind of the worst section of the build. Putting these stupid gummies inside of a flight controller. It's really nice when they come already pre-installed. Or if they have like those cutouts in the corners that kind of like let you be able to slip them right in. The real boys here. Welcome in, homie. Boom. 3 out of 4. This struggling process at the beginning here is always a pain in the butt. Thanks for hanging out. If you guys haven't checked out each other's channel in a little while, give her a follow, give them a check it out. Chris Real Boy and Technique, those guys have been ripping pretty hard lately. Lots of great content, lots of great videos. Keep it up, guys. Let's see if I can pop this sucker out of there. Wow, this one's a pain. Sharper tweezers to get that little bit of a, there it is. Wicked. All right, dummies in. So these are the pacers, actually. These are T-motor pacers. These are 1804s, and they're the 3400 kV motors. So they're a 4S. Same motors I had on last time, of course, and they fly great. This is an awesome build. All right, flight controller. She needs to be sitting at a great, pretty much like that. And I'm going to need to find a way to mount it with proper hardware and see if I can get it to sit up off there a bit. Yeah, and this is the RVS Smolyeet frame, 3.5. No, 1804s, tech. 1804s. Hopefully my mic is all good. If it need to be changed, let me know in the chat. Should be all right. All right. It's 2, 3. There's the fourth one. One's a bit tighter going in. All right. So these are the bolts that I used, mounting bolts that I used on the last time. I had an issue because I was using the shorter standoffs. I had a hard time finding a proper size length bolt, so I ended up having to cut these ones. So I know for sure that these ones have to go back in. But I think I'm missing some washers. I do like to put washers in between. Twisted Skies. Have you built one as well? You built a Smolyeet Fun for bolt? Or are you just referencing the videos that I've done with this build? No, this is... I'm hitting the bottom. Oh yeah, the one you got from me. Forgot about that. What motors did you end up putting on? Hey, Shelby Bull. What's up, buddy? Thing's a great little river. Yeah, definitely. A lot of fun. Okay. One more mounting bolt. Yeah, later on today, I'll be laminating the Volstyle wing. That's going to do that off camera. I might maybe film it, but I'm definitely going to build that last little bit of it off cam. A little bit less stressful. But yeah, should have that thing running hopefully in the next couple of weeks once I get everything for parts. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait to fly that thing finally. It's been a slow project for myself because I haven't really had a lot of time to do it, and requiring the parts. I ended up getting an iron from a friend of mine here that does wings and planes, so he let me borrow his iron. All right. So this little guy gonna have to sit right in here. It looks like this mounting is pretty decent. Yep, perfect. I even tightened those bolts down, all those bolts down, and it still slid on perfectly. That means the mounting holes on this flight controller are really good. All right. Easy peasy sleazy. So now we just got to make sure all the wires are going to reach everywhere. That this new flight controller looks good there, looks good there, looks good there. Yeah, not a problem. All right, easy peasy. Let's get the soldering iron going. I don't know if you guys have upgraded in a long time, but I've been still using the same soldering iron. I've been thinking about upgrading to one of the newer ones, but this is the TS100. Pretty basic. It's been around for a while. Never had any reason to change. And for solder, I'm always using my Kester solder rosin core. If the camera would like to focus anytime today, it could show you a little bit about it, but it doesn't seem like it wants to. Wow. There it is. So yeah, I've been using this same solder roll for quite a long time, as you can see. And yeah, that's all you really need is one roll. It's able to fit an FC and full-size FET ESC in it. Nice. Old trusty. Yeah, exactly. Old trusty. But, oh, it didn't hack it, so it only goes up to 400C. But I've never had an issue. Seems to work for me. I even notice it has rosin core inside of the solder. I still like to use a little bit of this flux on the pads before I start soldering. And this is just some soldering paste, basic Chinese brand solder paste. And it's pretty good for, you know, nice clean solders. And it keeps everything flowing nice. And again, I've had this for a long time too. Starting to show its age because it starts to get all kind of crusty-ish, not very clean looking. But I don't like use a lot, just enough to give it a little bit of a coating. I don't want to go crazy. I don't want like the solder paste to go everywhere. And while I'm here, I'm just going to do the main battery connections as well, because why not? And try not to get any of this hair from the cotton from the Q-tips in your builds. It's not a big deal if you do, but it's kind of the one downfall of using a Q-tip to do that. But it's what I've been using ever since, so I just continue to use. All Everything fits everywhere if you don't mind grinding off the standoffs. Yeah, exactly, right? Did have an ESC. I could have XT60. I could have just used. I also don't want to use an XT60. I kind of want to use an XT30. So I'm going to wait on doing the main battery. Oh, maybe I should do the battery first, though. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the battery first. So I've got this older XT30 wire that I've made up a while back. I'm just going to use this one. It's approximately the length that I need, not too long. I don't think it's going to be too short. I think it's going to be perfect. I think this might even be the one that I took off the other build. But yeah, so let's do this first. Make sure that that is soldered on nice. So I'm going to take it off the build because I really like to have my battery connection to be really well soldered on. Probably gets the most heat, I would think. Could be wrong. But yeah, let's get that thing soldered up nicely. Let's see, this side. I've opted out to not have my fan on the desk, but I usually have my fan blowing when I solder. So definitely a good tip. Definitely don't solder without a fan. But if you are going to solder without a fan, definitely blow. Make sure you kind of inhale and then start soldering as you exhale and kind of blow it away from you. Although we're not doing a lot of soldering, it's not a huge deal, but still better for you. Okay, now the wires are all tinned up. Even more fun, crazy fun. Double the booze and double the weed. I like to go in a little circular pattern like that as I do it. I don't like to stay in one spot too long. And then I also kind of like to let it just cool off a little bit. You can't see shit. It's probably the best I can do for you. Any farther away from me, it's going to be hard for me to see a lot, but we'll you guys can see everything here. Let's do the other pad. Again, I like to do a little tinning on the tip and then get on the pad and start rotating it in a circular motion. Get all the pad. And that's it for a minute. Okay. Now we're going to move on and actually connect these wires, which is super basic. Again, thank you for being here and following along. Pretty basic build, pretty standard for the beginning here. If you built a drone before, this is pretty much the same process you've been doing for years. But yeah, I'm just going to get this all soldered up, then we'll talk a little bit more about the characteristics and all the different things about NeutronRC and this new AT32 chip. All right, let's get this soldered on. That's perfect. take that out and give it a nice look over. Yep, that's actually melted into the other side as well, so it's getting a really nice connection. And nothing's touching each other. Looks pretty good to me. Shelby Bull just realized where Marcel's mustache went. Yep, shaved it off November 22nd, I think it was. I was starting to get a lot of flu symptoms and getting runny noses and stuff, and kind of started bothering me, so I just kind of shaved it off. But it will grow back. It will be back. We need to put that piece on there too as well. I forgot about the cap. This is quite oversized for what I need, I think, but I'll still use this bigger cap. This is a 35 volt 470 U-ferret, so this is a bigger cap for more of I would use this for almost well, I guess a 4S, 6S. Who the hell is this child building a quad? It's AI Marcel. What's up, Steve-O? Imposter syndrome. All right, well, this is a good opportunity actually to use this backside that didn't get enough flow. So I'll just put some solder on there and then connect this little guy to its full length. And then if I have any issues, I can always cut it back. Hopefully this won't lose connection on the soldering I've already did on the other side. Shouldn't. All right. Also, guys, check out Tuesday. We're going to have Creeper from the crew over on our stream. He's our next guest that we're having on the stream. Pretty cool guy. Check him out. If you haven't seen the crew, Sunday night streams. I don't know. I think they're doing one tonight with Fly Tribe magazine. That's pretty awesome. Check those guys out. Hilarious show. A lot of fun with Shelby Bowl and those guys. I'm going to cut these to the same length. Yeah, these are the same length. All right, let's go in. My controller's starting to move on me. Creeper's a good dude. Yeah, Rat, what's up, dude? You just hook all the reds to the backs and you get the fastest quad. 100%. 100%. All right. Give that a little bit of twist, bend, come back to it, just give it a little bit of hook line so that they're spread out and kind of, again, you can't really see what I'm doing. This is a hard time of it to do it, but basically I'm spreading these leads a little bit wide like that, rounded out and then back, just so that they stay spread apart real nice. Yeah, just a little bit of how I do things. Okay, let's get that on there. I'm starting to lose grip on this ESC here though. All right. Beautiful. Okay, take that off and then inspection. Make sure everything's soldered on nicely and nothing came apart. Once it cools down, give it a little bit of a tug test. But this solder actually, this connection looks really good. I don't know if my camera is actually gonna. No, this camera doesn't really like to. No, this camera does not like. Huh. This camera sucks. Yeah, it's gonna be even harder to see. But basically, yeah. Oh, there we go. Solder joints are nice, clean. Show some skin. Yeah, that's kind of the way you got to do it. You got to hold it like that, I guess. So nice solder balls, connection all the way around. I can show it off like that, I guess. Nope. I got too much stuff on the screen, I guess. But basically, that's that. Let's take it back to the build. All right. Let's put this in. Take a look at how it's all going to sit. Anything's going to touch anything? Nope. Lots of room. Perfect. All right, well, motor time, I guess. So I like to run it a little bit like that. Perfect. I didn't lose any length on these, which is perfect. I don't think I actually cut them off. If I did, I must have cut them off like right at the edge. So that's good. So the length of the wire, I think, are different. Nope. Pretty close to the same. But I do like to run them in order, just to keep everything kind of more or less together. All right, let's change the music since we've been on here for 34 minutes with the same song. That's pretty crap. Again, thanks for being here, everybody. It's awesome to see everyone hanging out in the chat. Warm up the soldering iron. Have a little sip of some new drink. What I'm drinking today is the blackberry tangerine. It's pretty tasty, actually. You like soda water? All right. Let's get back into it here, guys. Let's get some solder on the pads. Let's see if I can change camera ways here. Make it better for you guys to see what's going down. Okay, well, it's a little better. So now, get some tinning going on here. Some nice little pads. I need to put some tin on these. All right. There we are. With one motor. One motor. Now follow the arm nicely. Okay. Sweet. Those are tinned. Tin the wires on the motor wires to make sure they're all stripped, which they aren't. When I first started doing a lot of soldering, I used to take off a lot of coating off them, leaving a lot of wire bare, but now I've learned over the years just enough. All you need is just a little bit, just enough to make that connection. And the less wire you have exposed on the ends to your connection, the less chance you're going to have breakage on the wire. Sometimes when a wire flexes on a connection, it can cause it to break off if there's too much wire exposed. But if you get it nice and tight, the chances of that are very slim. There we go. That's half of the motors soldered together. Let's get the other ones ready to go. Again, hope you guys are having an awesome Sunday. Thank you for being here, checking out the stream. Basically wanted to do this just as a live instead of a recording, because sometimes it's good to do these kind of builds live, especially with something different like NeutronRC, just because other people might have experience while you're in the build process. A little bit of tips sometimes can go a long way, but also it helps for me to actually do it. If I just kind of record it on a GoPro and then upload it as a video, I don't know, I just don't seem like I have much attention. I know Bardwell's doing a stream, I believe, right now. But yeah, kind of more interested in doing this, getting this kind of ready for flying. Otherwise, I don't have many days left to do this kind of stuff. My work days kind of take up a lot of my time and energy. And with the weather being really crappy after work, it's very hard to even get any flight time. A little bit too much solder on this one wire. You just want enough. Oh, that one was a little bit too much wire on that one exposed, but that's all right. Nothing's touching anything. Not going to cause a problem, hopefully. And there's another one. Good to go. Bardwell who? Chat totally full of blue names. Hell yeah. I don't know. When I first started, I was learning a lot from Bardwell. Now it's kind of more of like a spot to hang out with other pilots and chat. And listen to weird questions that people have sometimes. All right, whoops, this one here. Gotta get the patterns up. Let's go with pads. All right. Yeah, Falcon Rad just put out a freestyle, one of his first freestyle edits on YouTube. I think he released it this afternoon. So yeah, check that out later on, guys, or check it out now if you want. But yeah, Falcon Rad flying freestyle. It's been pretty much a long range guy the entire time. And then he started flying freestyle with me a bunch, doing different spots like Port Mahon and a couple other cool spots I've been flying for a while. And he's enjoying himself. I think he's flying the Demibot now, right? So yeah, these wires turned out like they're perfectly meant to be here, like they were on the last build. Pretty sure everything was all pretty much the same on the last build. I'm gonna pop that out to the side, and that's gonna pop out that way. Perfect. Perfect. I like that. Okay. Now it's all camera, RX, and VTX time. I'm going to see if I can pop this mount out of here. This is a tight mount. I don't know why it's so tight. Tight is good, though. Tight is way better than not tight. Have to be removed and replaced. This is the Runcam Phoenix. I've had a bunch of these over the year or over the past year, and they're great cameras. I like the protection hood on them. I've never had issues with them. I have broken a lens on one of them. That was back when I was doing the mud race stuff, but that was rocks and mud hitting it. So, I mean, what can you do? All right, so now I've got this little camera wire for that camera, and we're going to set that guy up on these solder pads on the front here. Now, going over to my wiring diagram, I've got a bunch of cool stuff here. So if you're just following along, it's the AT32 chip. This is the F435 amp. It's got 5-volt back on board. It's got all this stuff here. The barred pole is DPS 310. Just has a micro USB. It's not even the newer USB, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. IMU is the BMI 270. It's got the OSD chip in it. Tells you the ESCs, the locations, current sensors. Even has a DJI Vista socket that you can actually plug right into, which is pretty cool. You have that. Gives you a little bit of information here about the 1 megabit flash, the black box 16 meg flash chip, the barometer, the UARTs. There's 5 of them, which is nice. It's supporting Betaflight, but it's the NeutronRC one. But this is a different version of Betaflight, as far as I know. Again, we might look at that into it in another stream, but maybe tonight I might do it. Maybe upload a video of that last process. But this is basically all the information with all the components: 45 amp, 60 amp max, 5S. So you kind of want to stick it to a 5S max. Yeah, the ESC firmware. And then here we've got all of our, basically all of our components. Oh, it does go up to 3 to 6S. Default ports and all that good stuff. Yeah, the BMI 270. I know I've heard even Brandon Baked Beans say something about how BMI is not that great, but we'll have to go with it. See, I haven't seen any bad reviews about this board, so that's good. Tells you how to set it all up, which is pretty awesome. There's even like wiring diagrams, of course, like most companies have, but this one's pretty pretty awesome. It's really in depth. I like it. Tells you what UARTs to go to for whatever build you're going to be using. I'm going to scroll down to the analog section because that's what I'm doing. Let's go down. Oh, lost here. Oh, it froze on me. There we go. All right, so there is a different one here. Boom. Is it that one? I know they have another one. Yeah, this is the one I want. Type in the chat if you think that I should use the standard. I'm going to put a poll up actually. TBS RX, or do I go ELRS on this build? So this will be the first ELRS build that I do, and I do have. Let's see here. Let's go back to this camera. I have this ELRS build that I haven't put together yet, and it's the Beta FPV version. So this is the Beta FPV Express LRS. It's comes with the module and the module, as well as the True Diversity RX for ELRS. This will be the first ELRS build that I do, if I do it. So I'll leave it up to you guys. I'll do the VTX and the camera first, and then we'll let the poll run for a minute. Unfortunately, those are the only two options I have. But yeah, if you guys feel like you want to give me a little bit of direction on that one, feel free to type in the chat. Hey, Daniel Harris, favorite frog? No. So we'll leave that to the last setup section. And we'll do the camera. And then we'll do VTX. Because I'm not going digital. No way. I don't know if this camera wire is going to be long enough. Yeah, it should be. All right. Got those wires stripped off a little bit, just enough to get some little bit of coating on them. Gonna bend that up. We're gonna get the solder plugged back in. I don't like to leave my soldering iron don't leave it plugged in for too long. All right. I hope you all having a good Sunday. Thank you for being here, hanging out. These little tiny little pads are kind of the biggest pain in the butt with a bigger chisel tip, but I'm going to try and do it anyway. Video in 5-volt and ground. Easy peasy. Now, as you noticed, I didn't use any flux on these little pads, mainly because I really don't want any flow to go to any other pad. And like I mentioned before, this solder actually has the rosin inside of it. Rosin, not resin. So it does flow really good. And for these little guys, I just really don't want anything touching each other. Already small enough as it is. Let me go this way actually with this camera link. Get this on. Okay. Kevin Sumner, is neither an option? Can I buy you a Radiomaster LRS? Well, of course you could, but what do the blue names mean? Oh, those are just people that have been on the channel a lot who've been here for a while, and give them a wrench so they can check out each other's channel. Let me give you one here, friend. Everyone's welcome. So yeah, there's 3 dots beside people's names. So just right click over there on their, or left click on it, and you can go to channel. And you can subscribe and check out people's names and channels and videos and all that good shit. So yeah. It's a 60-40 split. Sad day, been a part of the UAV server from the start. I'll be leaving, asking for a phone number. Such a shame. Asking for a phone number? That's weird. Okay. My eyes are not the greatest for these tiny little pads. especially in the lighting conditions. But I think we're okay on those two. Well, this one's right beside the gummy, which is kind of a pain in the butt. I don't like that, but it will work as long as I can get to it nicely. Oh yeah. There we go. Pain in the butt. And that looks pretty darn good. I think that's going to be totally fine. Looks like everything's solid. And that's going to wrap around to there, to the front of the build. With the camera, lots of room, no problem. Okay. VTX. All right, I don't have the wiring for this one. You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. You want to verify your phone number so you can chat. That's stupid. I don't know any other servers that are like that. Okay, so video out. RX, TX, so it's going to be TX7. Man, my eyes are not doing so good looking at these little pads. So it's this one, this video, this one, ground. No, it's not. That's 5 volt. Man, my eyes need to be checked. And this one is TX7. Oh my gosh. Yeah, better lighting, better everything. Better everything. You need like a magnifying glass, like some of the guys you're using nowadays. Okay, let me quickly find the right connection for this little plug. Got a whole crap load of them over here. Oh, I didn't save that wire before. It's like I have to make a wire up. So I don't know what I did with the connection for this one. So I'm one of those guys. Yep, I'm one of those guys. I literally have every old connection known to man and organized poorly. Oh, wait, this might be the one. Nope, that's a 3. So now I just need wire to go into this connection. So I think, oh no, this is a different connection as well. Shoot. Oh, what did I do with that connection? And this one, I can't even solder it on. Son of a booch. I can't believe I misplaced the wiring harness for this thing. Shit. It's one of these, but it's not this one. Well, darn it. I should have thought about getting this out before the stream. I didn't think it was buried anywhere. This is insane. I really need to do something with all these wiring harnesses. That one's not going to fit either. Totally different size. Shoot. I really wish I knew where I'd put the wiring harness for this. Because now I might be screwed. Ah, what a mess. This is what I'm dealing with. Organize or take a rip in remembrance. Yes, this is a perfect time to take a rip, guys. A little dab time. Hey, Bad for Life, what's up? Mr. Crowley, how you doing, man? Yeah, that blue case over here, that's full of the same kind of thing. Everything and anything could be in there. Now, if I had more drawers, I would sort them by 3-pin, 4-pin, but I don't have that opportunity here. But I do need the correct connector pin, or else I am screwed. I don't know where I would have put it. This has turned into a nightmare. This is kind of why I like building stuff from new. Fuck these wire connections. I should throw a lot of these out. I don't even know why I keep some of these. Totally pointless. Oh my god, look at this one. It's been lengthened like twice. I've never done an iNav build. I mean, I have an iNav build that I was going to put on a plane once, but never actually got it to fly. Never got it up in the air. 3-pin. That's not one. That's not one. Can maybe use those wires. That's a 2. God, this is barely a 2. It's like falling apart. This one's too big. That's another camera harness. Well, I don't see that harness that I need. It sucks. That's a 3, 3, 5. That's a 5. Fuck, that's garbage. I don't know that one's even in there. Too big, 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 too big. Oh, this does not look good. Three. This one's a 4, but it doesn't look like the same size. Ah, too big. It's a weird TBS one. It's like the connection's not the same as a standard plug. It's a 3. Well, that is a bugger. Don't even have the connection wire for it. That's troublesome. It's like one of these like weird little skinnier pieces that doesn't fit anything else. Well, in that case, I guess I might have to use my other VTX, which is bigger. Not because it's big. Wait. I didn't check drawer number 2. Drawer number 1. Drawer number 2. Wait. No. These look way too nice. These are like brand new. Aha. Is that a 4-pin? 3-pin. Damn it. Why? Why can't I have the right connection? Interesting. I can't believe I can't find that connection. Something's not right. All right. I'm gonna have to go with a big fat boy. This is the TBS Unify Pro 5G8 HV Race Edition. So this one's quite big comparison. Here's kind of the comparison and how different size it is. Massive in comparison. Edge to edge. It's pretty much, whoops, wider and longer. But I don't know where that connection is on that one. This one is actually still plugged into it, which is kind of usually what I do. I almost always keep the connection with the controller itself, which is mind-boggling why I can't find that other one. Super weird. 2 years ago, he threw away 8 years of junk quad shit. Wow. That's insanity. Mr. Crowley, you're burning one as I'm building. Cool. All right, well, I think this VTX might be just long enough to be in here. I think I had this one in here before. I think that was the issue before. I need to lengthen these wires more. They just barely reach. All right. Oh, something in my eye. I don't know what happened there. All right. So I've got 2 red wires on here. Let's click this in here. Oh, the red one's data. Okay. I just picked a different color, that's all. So don't confuse the red one for video or for, yeah. All right, let's clip these a little shorter. Let's solder on some lengths and then cut them to the right length of what I need. That way cut it to, I don't want any issues on it being, yeah. Let's maybe just cut it there. Sweet. All right. Got some wires exposed. Let's get some wire off the desk. We'll get these tinned up. Kind of went all out. Ended up buying a nice pack of 28 gauge wire that I use quite often. So I just bought a nice big fat rolls of it. So it's really helpful instead of using all those tiny little pieces. And what you can do is you can have this roll set up without cutting the wire yet. You can still connect these wires to those ones and then measure out how much length you need and then roll the rest back up into the roll. And that way you're not wasting any wire. All right, let's plug the soldering iron back in. Let's get everything warmed up. Yeah, FPV and drones, we definitely acquire a lot of parts and a lot of stuff, good and bad. Sometimes just garbage. I have a bunch of flight controllers and ESCs that only partially work, and I bet eventually I'm going to get rid of those too. All right, let's go here and check out. We got some wire in here to solder these up, get them nice and tinned like usual. Oh, not 400 yet. I was wondering why is that melting nicely. Let that cool, warm up, and do a little dab. Kind of knocks my camera off the thing here, but I'm still here. $400C. Might do the upgraded mod on this thing soon. Or I might just use this as my backpack one. And get an upgraded one maybe this Christmas. What soldering iron do you guys use in the chat? Anything better? Anything cheaper? Okay. Bingo bango. right, I like the looks of that. And I like the looks of that one. That could be better. Should be fine. Let's grab our yellow. Yellow. First Squadron. How you doing, buddy? Long time no see. Hopefully the weather's been better for you out there than it has been on the mainland. But somehow I doubt it. I think the island gets about the same kind of temperature we do most times. Most times. And let's change this up. Instead of using the red, I'm going to change it to a green wire. Not that it matters. Color of the wire doesn't change anything. Just keeps it organized. Yeah, as long as the weather keeps being rainy on Sundays, I might just always do a Sunday build stream and try and get things done. I mean, I've got a lot of projects I want to finish up. That's another problem with 3D printing and money. If you don't have money to buy the electronics, you can 3D print for days. The problem is putting electronics into things and having the money for those objects all the time. With that being said, if you guys like my channel, if you guys like hanging out, like supporting, I do have a Patreon, which is super cheap, and also PayPal. I also have an Amazon wish list that I created a while back that I slowly update every once in a while. And things on there kind of like, oops, let me solder down before I keep talking. Hang on. Oh, this one's being a dick. Yeah, I started an Amazon wish list a while back. It was for a Christmas thing. And then people were buying me Amazon wish list gifts. It's kind of cool because you don't know what's coming until it comes. And you're like, whoa, what? So it's kind of neat if you want to do something like that for people's Christmas. I think that's a great route to go if you're interested in supporting other people that are doing content. Yes, that was the perfect one. The problem I was having was too much crap on the edge of the soldering iron. Okay, that's better. All right, so now we're going to unplug this again. I know, but I'm not in a huge rush to build this. I want to do it right. Make sure it looks clean. And they always say measure twice, cut once. It's very much true for our hobby. Yeah, I do need more lighting, so my new place is going to have better lighting over the desk. Right now I'm using a lamp, and the lamp is not bright enough. Okay, so where this VTX is going to be plugged into, I want to set him up right there, like that. And then these connections are going to be here. Let's cut them out there. all the same length, pretty close. Put that over there out of the way. Let's get our heat shrink over these wires so we don't have any issues with soldering. Right, I always got my little pack of different sizes. Always buy these things in value packs. No point buying a little bit at a time because you're never ever gonna. You're always gonna need to buy more. Is what I was gonna say. And when you got the option to stay with the color, stay the color. Why not, right? And you could just buy black and just heat them all black. But you can do whatever you want. I haven't looked at the pole yet, so if you guys haven't picked a pole, either the ELRS module RX Majiggy or just regular Crossfire standard build. I haven't ever set up an ELRS setup yet, so that would be a whole nother thing. But I'm sure I could figure it out. Watched enough videos about it, just never actually had one. And I was going to give away this Beta FPV Express LRS module and RX to somebody in the chat or somebody on the channel. I mean, subscribers giveaway type thing once I hit 800 subscribers. But a lot of people have been saying that the Beta FPV one isn't that great. So I might just end up getting something else for somebody for the giveaway. Poll I'm seeing is blank. Oh, I might have timed out. It does say 62% Beta FPV Express LRS. So maybe I will do that. All TPU. What's he saying here? The 3.5 Smolyeet 4S drone wheelbase. 3.5. Yep. That's it. Yep. A little information there for you guys. If you haven't checked out the Smolyeet yet, thank you, First Squadron, for posting some information. Very nice of you. They unplug this connection from here. Let's take that off for now. Let's get these wires prepared. And the black one. All right, my doobie holder is finished printing. I'll have to show that off later on at another time. Don't have the camera set up over there anymore. Okay, just get this connected, wired up. I've already got the solder pads ready for it. I just got to tin up these ends. Now that they're the right length. Yeah, 4-inch props to fit on the Smolyeet for sure. Pretty sure mine did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would. I haven't tested that because I don't own any 4-inch props, to be honest. Fun fact, they also fit 3-inch props. Whoa, what? Yeah, guys, check out Rotor Village. They've got awesome products over there. Yeah, great shop, great dude. Eric's a great guy, great customer service. And he's also going to be on my live stream on Tuesday, the December 15th, I believe. And we'll be doing a big Christmas, pre-Christmas giveaway stream and hang out with Rotor Village. So check that out. And then this Tuesday coming up, a couple days from now, we're going to have Creeper FPV as our guest on the live. So check that out. It'll be a fun hangout. All right. Kind of want to take the standoff out so I can have a little bit better access to this instead of having to reach around it every time. All right. That's much easier. Sometimes taking apart the drone is the best way to solder up all the pads. So I already know that this is my signal wire because it is green and it's the gummy part of it. Get that nice and tight in there. Yes, sir. And then we go ground. We want the ground next. Right. All right. Little ground pad. Tiny little solder. Quick and steady is key. Boom. Ground. Now we go the 5 volts, which I believe this VTX can go up to 26 volts. So this wire could actually go all the way to the back because there is no VCC pad on this one. Yeah, there's nothing more than 5 volts on this chip. Well, in that case, I kind of want to use the 5 volt and ground from the main connection because I am using a high powered and I'm using 4S. I'll leave the ground there, but I think the video wire is gonna go to there, and then the power will go to the other one. So that means I'm gonna have to lengthen the red wire longer. Nope, because actually, if anything, it'll be shorter because the video goes back here like that. And this wire is actually going to go to there. I keep the same length. It does make it a little bit more messier, but I don't have a lot more components to go into this build. It won't be too crazy if I just leave it long. But otherwise, I probably would clean it up to make it a little shorter, just to make it look a little less. But I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. what? I'm going to change it. Just going to change it. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to plug in the VTX, mount it again, to see how much wiggle room I've got on that red wire, so that I'm not cutting it too short, but I'm not cutting it too long. So that I can cut it really short, actually. Cut it right after where I just connected that wire. Okay, I'm going to take this back off. Don't risk anything. Wire out of the way. It's better to have a shorter wire. It's something about power and current and everything. It has better flow, the shorter connection, than it does a longer connection. Okay, let's get this on that pad without wrecking anything. All right, here we go. A little dab will do ya. Get that nicely on there. Hell yeah, beautiful. Right in there. And then I think that even helped my XT30 connection even better. It's really good. Let's get that down there out of that way. All right. This looks pretty good. So it's really good, actually. So that is going to be like that. Now, if I would have thought about it, I probably would have twisted these three wires together more so that they would sit better. But the other way you could do that is you can just kind of do it together. Just hold the ends and kind of twist it just to give it a little bit of a wrap. So you still have a little bit of a twist too on both ends. And then you can put it down nice and flat. Remember, you don't want to put it over top of any gyro chips or anything. I try to lay it out somewhere where it's out of the way of things. All right. We're doing the RX for this Express LRS. You guys decided on using the Express LRS chip. So that's pretty cool. Don't know shit about it, but shouldn't be too hard to figure out. It's not rocket science, but it may be a little different to bind, which is going to be the issue I'm sure I'll have. Let's see here. We got a bunch of goodies in this box that it came with. We got some wire. We got some connections. We got some shrink wrap. All right. We even got a wire connection here. That's for like a PWM, which I don't need. It's kind of cool though. They're always good to have these little PWM connections for the wing builds and stuff. And then we've got our twisted wires for the build. Let's untwist them just because I like to twist them myself after I get everything soldered and organized. So we've got the standard red, black, yellow, and white. And I'll be guessing the white and the yellow are going to be our RX and TX wires. And depending on the layouts, they'll be probably crisscross just like Crossfire, so that's pretty easy to solder up without having any previous knowledge of anything Crossfire or anything ELRS, I mean. So let's get this wires tinned up to this ELRS pad. We'll get all the connections going, so we'll get a little dab of the solder paste. I guess it would help if you could see what the hell I'm doing. Put that on that side. Let's go like this. Down a bit or go up a bit? Up a bit. Get a little dabby. Well, I've got some dry dabby on here. Get some newer shit on there. Again, I've been using a Q-tip for quite a long time. But what do you guys use to spread solder paste on? You have a little brush? Tell me in the chat, what do you guys use? It might spark some interest in me changing my standard procedure that I've been using the whole time. Maybe I got some new ideas in the chat that would help maybe get better tools for spreading on the paste. I don't know. Who knows, man? Get these wires tinned up. Thank y'all for being here and hanging out in the chat. Even if you're just lurking, helping me get a little bit of watch time, or just here just to hang out while you dab. Okay. Boom, bickety boom, bickety boom. We're gonna start with the ground one farthest away. And with these ones, because they have the holes in them, I like to pop them through the holes. Damn right. You get some solder on there. Whoops, dropped the freaking wire right out of that hole. Your hole. Too good for your hole. Right. Let's get a little bit more solder on there. Does not want to hold. Wow, this solder is looking like crap right now. Okay, red. I'm at your bench working on the 10-inch, chilling, sick. What purse did you decide to put onto that? The solder wire up here, not down there. I'm gonna change up this music pretty soon. It's getting to be a little annoying. All right, TX is going to be white today. Why not, right? Oh no, it didn't hold. I can't see this one very well. And then on these hole through ones, these pads that have the hole through them there, I like to leave a little bit more wire on the stripped end exposed so that you can actually hook these wires around a little bit. I didn't opt to do that this time. Just left them short, and it seemed to make a good connection. Take a little bit more because you're getting the less material on there, but it seems to have held in nicely. 10-inch, tell us more. I just pulled the AFC with the dual VTX off. It's defective. Oh no. Oh no. All right, back to the frame. Now we got to find out where the heck are we supposed to put the RX? Oh yeah, on this side. Whole other side of the build. So we go back over to the beautiful artwork of crapness that we have over here. So this is the TBS ELRS setup here that we're doing. And it's pretty straightforward. RX to the TX and TX to the R. And then we're 5-volt and ground. Where the pads are right there, right across from each other. Super, super, super easy. Let's go. Yeah, so I've never even set up an ELRS setup, so that's going to be interesting. I might do that tonight, but I might do that tomorrow. We'll see, though. I'm very interested to see how this will fly with ELRS. As long as I can get everything connected, it should be a piece of cake. Oh yeah, this one's tough. Okay. TX, RX, and then over one is ground in 5-volt. Okay. These wires are going to be plenty long enough to give me a little bit of room to finassle. So let's go 5-volt to this pad. Let's get a little closer. Turn that off a bit more. Yes. Yes. Let's go ground. Okay, now the other part here, the RX to the TX. So this one is there, that one is to the back. Do the back one first. Small little pads. Got everything here. Okay. Oh yeah, baby. Up and down nicely. All right, and you. Come on, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the spot. That's the spot. Okay. That is almost all the siring. I just realized there was one more thing that I wanted to solder on, and then this would be a totally finished build. So let me tighten this up. Oh no! Heated up the shrink wrap too much. It's in the way. Oh no! My shrink wrap isn't shrink wrap anymore. It's shrunk wrap. There we go. There we go. Here we go. I don't want to shrink wrap this yet because I don't know where these antennas are going to go exactly on this build. So I'm just going to leave that. I do want to spin these wires up nicely. Not only does this clean up the build, but it also helps the signal be insulated because you have the 5 volt and the power, or 5 volt and the negative wrapping around the signal wire. You actually kind of get a little bit of insulation because of that. So this RX is actually going to sit in the back right there. I may even put it underneath this and then the BTX on top. So I guess I'm going to have to print out a different version of this mount for the SMA so that I can put Express RS antennas somewhere on this build. And that might be even turning the RX on its side even, or run maybe one to the front and one to the back. Might be a cool option. I don't know what you guys think about that in chat. But I think that might be what I end up doing. I might do something like that on the front and then have the back one kind of spiraled up with the SMA and have that sitting at the back like that somehow. I think that would be probably the coolest. Or maybe even do like one up and one down. One, you know what I mean? Like one that way and one up and down. Actually, I think this mount will fit. Will fit it. I think this is made for it. No, it's not. I don't think so. I thought maybe that this mount was maybe made for it, but I'm not really sure why this piece is here. This hole in this part of the mount doesn't seem to fit anything. Maybe it does. Maybe it sits like that. If that's the case, I think I'm going to reprint that mount or find a better one. Don't know if I like that be sitting like that. It seems too loose to me. Let me take a quick look over at the Rotor Village website and see what they have set up for that mount. So let's go over to the RVS frames and let's check out what they've got here for the Smolyeet. And it's out of stock right now, guys. So unfortunately, I'll have to wait till it comes back in stock to purchase one. Yeah, we'll get them back in stock soon, I'm sure. It's definitely a very popular item. Direct antenna mount, TPU parts, adjustable mount. Yes, the NeutronRC is in stock. I was talking about the frame. This frame is in stock. Okay, let's go. That's the adjustable mount. That's not the one. This one's kind of cool, though. I did have this one at one time. Oh, it is okay. This is for the Express LRS receiver. And it looks like this one sits in farther. But yeah, as far as that one goes. Yeah, so these are direct antenna mounts and holds. Shows it holding it, but I don't know, bro. Doesn't seem like it goes in very far. This is the very first time I've gotten this Neutron flight controller, so I have no experience with it yet. But I have watched a bunch of review videos on it, and people have gotten really good reviews on it. So it doesn't seem like it's a waste. It seems like it's going to be a viable, awesome product, in my opinion. And affordable is always good, especially right now in these day and age. Okay, maybe I'll wrap that one backwards. This one that way. Put that there. I wrap that there. Let's put a little zippy tie. Come on, you sucker. What VTX am I using? I'm using that big ass TBS Unify 5G8 Race Edition analog. Only because it's the only one I have left, and I couldn't find the wiring for the smaller VTX that I have. I don't know where it would have went. After I build this, I'm pretty sure I'll find it in no time, but it's usually how it goes. Okay, so that's that little mount. And here's the Unify Pro. We're going to circle this around. That. Give that some strain relief. Plug this in to the flight controller. And into the fucking video. Slam that in. Not gonna mount that hard yet with the zip, but I will probably maybe put some some double-sided mounting tape, foam tape. Now I think the best way is to run this under the flight controller to get this to sit nicely. So in that case, let's run it under the battery or under the motor wires first. That easy peasy. And then I'll lift up this flight controller that I haven't hard mounted into a spot yet. Give that a little push through the antennas. I pretty much do this with all my builds. Keep the wiring above and then keep the RX wire, antenna wires underneath the builds. I think that's probably helped in some cases. Okay. So that one's there. That one's there. That goes there. See, this has already popped out of the spot. See, I don't like if I like this mount. I don't want it to be flopping around when I'm flying. It'd be horrible. Maybe I gotta glue it in or something. It would suck. Okay. Camera action. We've got the RunCam Phoenix 2 Special Edition. I do not have HD0, but it is on the list. I am planning on getting that eventually. Hopefully around Christmas or my birthday. I'm hoping March I will acquire said video system. But until then, I am currently preparing to move in the middle of this month, within like 2 weeks. So my budget has gotten a little bit cheaper over the time. So that's been an issue, but not forever issue. I think this camera actually goes up to a higher voltage as well. And these pins are really hard to put in these cameras too. They're really tight. I forget which voltage this goes up to, but I know it goes up to a pretty high voltage. All right, guys, that's pretty much close to being it for this section of the video that I wanted to do today. Just really wanted to get all this mounted up, figure out how it's all going to lay out. This is a lot of progress. I'm pretty stoked. Get this standoff back in here before I totally forget to do that. And then build it and then forget that there's missing standoff there in the way. All right. So yeah, I think the next thing I'm going to think about is maybe designing a back mount and a front mount just to hold these little antennas nicely. Maybe I'll design something that just kind of holds it there, or maybe I'll just even use zip tie or something just to hold that one there. That one in the back doesn't really stay in there as nice. I might just glue that one in place or something. Although once I put the back plate on, yeah, I think once the back plate goes on, it actually holds it in place very well because it's not going to have a lot of room for it to pop out of there, I don't think. So I think the RX in the back, I'll leave that one until I need to really fix it if I need to. Yeah, I do want to find a way to hold this better. I don't know. Maybe I'll just stick it in like that so it's flush. I don't know. We'll see. There's definitely some things that could change. I do need to wire up the Fly High FPV LED lights to the main power. So that's one more thing that I'm going to do, but I'm going to do that later on. It's pretty simple. But I do want to do a 3D print mount for this Express LRS. After that, I'm also going to put the module on the radio and do the binding stuff. I might do that in Discord later on tonight. I've got a couple things I need to do today, adulting stuff. So laundry and all that good stuff today for Monday. But everyone, thank you very much for being here and following along. This is pretty awesome. I can't wait to get this thing flying again. Maybe next weekend I'll have it flying. The weather here is pretty much rain, rain, rain. If it was going to be a nice couple days this week, I might have, spent more time finishing up this build. But we'll get in more depth with NeutronRC, hopefully with Betaflight, if not the other version of Betaflight that this flight controller is actually running off of. But yeah, otherwise, thank you very much for being here. We'll check out the next time, maybe in a week's time, to finish up this build, or when I have some energy. Thanks again, everybody. Be safe, and I'll see you on Tuesdays with Super FPV and our awesome guest hosts, Koala and Danzilla. We'll see you guys next time. Be safe.